Back live here at the World of Wellness. So we just had a fantastic presentation by Dr. Bob. And again, for those who haven't seen it, again, it will be on a recording on our Facebook page as well as on YouTube in a few days. So again, and that's the same with myself. So we are on to the next one. And I just wanted to introduce myself to everybody. My name is Mike Gallagher. I'm a certified lifestyle educator. I've been in the nutritional industry for almost 30 years. I've been with Nutritional Frontiers on the professional side, over 20 years with Nutritional Frontiers, going on 14 years. So, again, we just celebrated our 15th anniversary. So, almost from the beginning, I've been here working with Dr. Weiner, who, again, made this legendary. And again, his legend and legacy lives on with Nutritional Frontiers, the line that he created and helped develop with Jamie Dorley. So we are having a fantastic day today here Saturday. We're going to be here all next week to next Saturday. We have free samples. We have free literature. We have all kinds of crazy specials. And we have some incredible speakers here. So come on down. Still not too late. So we encourage all that. But today we're going to talk about allergies. All right, seasonal allergies. And this is a really big problem this time of year for everybody. And again, when the flowers are blooming, obviously it can be a great time for those who don't have allergies. But if you do, again, it can be a really miserable time of year with the pollen and so forth. So we have some natural solutions. And I just want to make a little disclaimer. We're not making any claims. If I share a couple testimonials, there's personal cases that we've seen these formulas work through the years right here at the clinic and other clinics around the country as well, but not making any claims. And then also, if you're on any medications, of course, we're not telling you to stop any medication. So always want to work with your prescribing physician. These formulas are really designed to complement any medication. Just take them at least an hour apart. And again, so we just want to just mention that first and foremost. Okay. So we have a very, very unique formula. In fact, in my almost 30 years of working with all different types of practitioners and people, we have, I've seen it all, almost every condition you can imagine. And so we put together this formula called AirMaxx specifically for these type of seasonal allergy issues. So last year we started a very unique campaign called the AirMaxx Challenge. It was actually started by one of my other doctors, and he's like, this formula works so well. You should challenge people to try this, right? And, trying to get them to encourage people to try things is always the biggest challenge. So since we've done this, we've had some amazing cases through that time. And it's just trying to encourage every person to give this a chance, whether you have an allergy or not. Okay. So it's very simple. Okay. We have it in a chewable or capsule. The chewables work quicker than any type of capsule. Okay. As far as that goes. But it is the chewables are what we would recommend for this challenge. Okay, so if you have an allergy issue, we encourage you to try this. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. So again, just kind of keep that in mind as we are going through this. Okay, so if you'd like to try, just raise your hand. We have some more, of course, in the back as well. So again, you can always try this if it's for somebody who maybe at home has these issues. You can bring some home for them, right? But we want to take two of these. Yep, take two at once. So we have a couple people who are trying this right now, who are sitting down with us. Anybody else would like to try? We encourage every person, by the way, whether you have an allergy or not. We encourage everybody to give this a chance, because a lot of people don't even know what it's like to breathe normally until they try something like this. Okay, so we would really compare this to, if we were looking at analogy, we would compare this to Benadryl. we would compare this to Claritin, Allegra, Zyrtec, any of those medications. Mucinex, yes, Mucinex. It will help with all those medications without the side effects. Okay, no dry mouth, no drowsiness, and it works in 15 minutes or less. Okay, so how bad are your allergies right now? We have a person in the crowd. Would say 1 to 10. How bad are they? All right, so she's taking a lot of medications right now. So on a scale 1 to 10, how bad is it right now? 10 being the worst. An 8, 8 out of 10. So remember that number right now. And again, we'll know in 15 minutes or less if this is going to work. And I've seen it work in 5 minutes. I've seen this work in 60 seconds. Even if you tell me that you don't have any issues right now whatsoever, we still encourage you, like I said, because a lot of people don't even know what it's like to breathe normal. And the reason why I say that is when I've meet new practitioners for the first time regarding this formula, and I'll ask them, I'll say, "Do you want to try this?" And they're like, "Oh no, I'm good, I'm fine." And I'm like, "Well, I just want you to see what you think of the taste, if that's something that you like as far as the flavoring." And they, reluctantly do. And then about big glasses, they're they're in the back, yeah. And then so as I was saying, I encourage anybody to try this. So practitioners that are trying this for the first time, and then again, about 15 minutes later, I can see them breathing, some like 10 minutes. And I'm like, "Are you okay?" And they're like, "Yeah, I can breathe better. I can think clearer." And I'm like, "Well, I'm confused because you told me you were 100%, right?" And then they start smiling. But this is the average person, right? So this is a lot of people don't even know what normal is. They think they know, but until they try something like this, then again, it's a unique experience. So that's all we can ask for is to give this a chance. Okay. So what is in it? So let's break it down for people. So this, by the way, this is our tech sheet. This is right off our website under view product flyer, nutritionalfrontiers.com. So it breaks down right next to every formula. If you click on it, you can then watch the view the product flyer that breaks it down on the back side. Okay, so we do have capsules and also the chewables. The chewables do work faster. Okay, so two capsules take about 30 minutes. The chewables work even faster, so that's why we recommend those. So what are the main ingredients in this? So we go to the left hand side here. So if we break these down, I would say quercetin individually is the strongest natural antihistamine out there. And if there's actually a study here that we are referring to, that's compared to this pharmaceutical drug called cromolyn, and it was actually been shown to be superior at reducing inflammation. And again, a lot of doctors are not aware of this study, and that is some of the things that I do every day when I'm not here, is showing doctors the studies and research on these natural ingredients. Okay, so quercetin by itself, but when you add bromelain, which is an enzyme from your pineapples, and you also add vitamin C to this, that combination makes the quercetin more effective, more efficient. We have a couple new people here. Would you like to try the AirMaxx sample right here? Okay. Christine. All right. So we're going to get you a couple samples if you want to try this. Okay. So we're going to know if you feel it very quickly. All right. So let's break this down. So what else does this have in it? So we're also focusing on the immune side with the zinc. And this is a very absorbable form of zinc, zinc arginate. It's a chewable. You take two chewables at once, and we're going to wait 15 minutes. And yep. So one might help, but two is where we get the fastest, best results. Okay. So just keep that in mind. All right. Then we have some elderberry, which also helps on the immune side, also known as sambucus. And then we have this very unique patented trademarked ingredient, this very unique herb. Thank you very much, Christine, called Benegut perilla leaf extract. Okay. So perilla leaf, a lot of people most people have never heard of, but it is a traditional Chinese herb that has been used for centuries. And there are tons of studies on this that's been shown, animal in vitro studies, all these different types of histamine reactions, of course, skin irritation, sneezing, stuffy nose. But then we get into even conjunctivitis. It's been shown for asthma, things like this. Okay. So, very, very unique ingredient that you commonly do not see in America. We're using. And then we added DMG and dimethylglycine, which is individually my favorite ingredient I've ever studied in 30 years because it does a lot of different benefits, over 500 benefits. There's over 600 public med studies on this. So it does help to treat all inflammation. It also does help to um, boost your immune system as well. And then when you combine it with any other ingredient like this, it enhances it. It makes it work even faster. Okay. So we use DMG with many of our formulas, and that is why, because it takes already good ingredients and you get even faster, quicker results. And who doesn't want that? Okay. So, does that make sense for everybody on that? Everybody with me? Okay. We take two at once. We recommend two at once. We get the best results at taking two. This is the AirMaxx chewable that has vitamin C, quercetin. Yeah, so we have another formula for GERD, and that's called Probzyme. And Probzyme, if you're having GERD issues, you take two at once, and wait 15 minutes. If you don't feel 100% better, you take two more, and definitely in the next 15 minutes you will be. Okay, so this won't interfere with that. It only make it better. Okay, so it won't cause any GERD reaction. It won't cause any reaction other than the health benefit from it. Okay, but we're saying if you do have GERD, we have other formulas that can help you. Okay, so just come see me and we can talk about that after we're done here. Okay. Um, any other questions before we move on? Does that make sense? This is super simple and easy. Now, again, through the years, I've seen some incredible things with this. In fact, one of them was right here at the clinic many years ago. And this was a woman that traveled all the way from Johnstown. And so that's, over and almost 2 hours away. And it was first thing in the morning. And I'll never forget it. She comes up, she says, I have major sinus issues. And I'm like, how long have you had them? 20 years. And I said, okay, how much pain are you in on a scale 1 to 10? She said, usually it's an 8 or 9. Right now it's a 9. And I'm like, you've had this for 20 years. And she said, yeah. She said, nothing has ever helped me. And I said, okay, well, let's try taking two and then come find me in 15 minutes later. And it wasn't even 15. It was like literally 10 minutes. She comes running over. She starts crying, gives me a hug. She's like, Mike, it's gone. I'm like, what's gone? The pain. It's gone. I'm like, you're 100% better in 10 minutes? You've had this for 20 years. Yes. And it was just an incredible moment. I'll never forget it. Right. And I've had other kinds of moments like that with this formula as well. But when this works really well and really quickly for you. Okay. So keep that in mind. Kids can take this. Now, if you're under 100 pounds or very sensitive to medications, then maybe just start with one. But if, between 50 and 100 pounds, they can do one. If they're under 50 pounds, as long as they can chew it, can do half a pound. We've even crushed it and given it to babies and infants as well, this formula. Okay. So again, when we're talking about allergies and allergy season, this is our number one. Okay. Number one. Now, yeah, so that's what we're talking about, this formula with all those in there, plus a lot of other things. Okay. So as we're breaking this down, on the TV screen, you can see everything that we're talking about there. Okay, with this formula, AirMaxx chewables. Okay, now if you have more serious upper respiratory issues, such as asthma, such as emphysema, such as COPD, such as bronchitis, all those serious lung issues, we need to be more aggressive with this formula. Okay, so we would recommend 2 in the morning, 2 at noon, and 2 in the evening, 6 a day initially. So we call this a temporary loading dose. We're just trying to calm everything down until you feel 100% better. And then we back it down to 2 as needed. Okay. So we start very high, aggressively, supercharge your body, jumpstart it, and then we bring it back down a notch. Okay. So that would be just this can help by itself for those more serious issues. But if you need additional support, if you're not 100% at 6 a day, then we would add this ingredient right here. So this is pronounced N-acetylcysteine, or we call it NAC for short, NAC. All right. So this is fantastic as well for lung issues. So it's an amino acid, and it will also help boost your glutathione levels, which is your master antioxidant, and it will help on that level. You can see glutathione helps with stress, helps with your immune there. Very difficult to increase naturally, but NAC will do that as well. Again, why are we talking about it for lung issues? Because it supports healthy lung tissue. And it's also fantastic for mucus related issues. So if you have like a wet cough, where you really feel that phlegm, NAC actually is even better than AirMaxx for those situations. Okay, taking 2 at once with this. But if you have the asthma, if you have these issues, if the AirMaxx by itself at 6 a day is not giving you 100% relief, then we add the NAC 6 a day as well. Take it right with the AirMaxx together, 2, 2, and 2. All right. So keep that in mind when we're talking about these serious lung issues. Does that make sense for everybody? Okay. Now, there's also is a food related issue. Typically, your dairy does inflame the lungs and the sinuses, right? So again, we would strongly recommend, if you have any of these kind of problems, avoiding all dairy. So, and it takes about 6 weeks at minimum to get dairy out of your system. All right. So, but for some people, 6 weeks is 6 years. So we would try this 1 week at a time, and for some people, 1 day at a time, right? But typically, about a week, you will notice a difference if it's a dairy sensitivity issue going on here. Okay. Also, if it is a dairy allergy, Jeff Nisnik here, he actually can do reverse allergy treatments on it. If you want to know for sure, he can tell. If you prefer blood tests, they do offer KBMO food sensitivity testing as well here. So that's a finger stick blood test that would get your results back and see what other foods you're sensitive to. So we have lots of different ways, lots of different things that we can do here at the clinic. So just kind of keep that in mind. But to give you temporary relief of these issues, AirMaxx and NAC are going to be your top 2 choices. Okay, makes sense. Now, if you have even more severe issues, such as a sinus infection, okay, then that's where we would additionally recommend quercetin. If the AirMaxx and NAC together at 6 a day is not giving you 100% relief, then we add this one, quercetin. Okay, so that is where that comes into play. So let's talk a little bit about it. So it's found from your flavonoids, found in fruits and vegetables. And again, there is some of this in the AirMaxx already, but we need even stronger amounts if you have these more serious issues. So it's what gives fruits and vegetables the color. So it has many different benefits we list here: anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, anti-carcinogenic, so cancer, antiviral activity. Again, helps with all these issues and even can help with blood sugar as well. So it has many, many different things. So let's kind of go through this here. We talked about already, comparing it to the drug. It can help even with prostatitis, okay, as well. And again, when we're looking at these different markers, these are things that, medical doctors test for, and those kind of advanced practitioners. And quercetin has been shown to reduce those like any drug out there as well. There's also respiratory tract infections. This has also been shown to help with, right? So that's what sinus infection is like that. So that's what we're talking about there as well. And it even helps with your liver, supports liver function, helps with fatty liver disease, right? Helps with alcohol induced liver issues, right? So it's a powerful antioxidant formula by itself. But again, sometimes you need to be more aggressive depending on your situation to get that initial benefit, and then we can back off. Okay, so that's how we look at quercetin. Quercetin, by the way, also enhances vitamin C, and it also as well. So again, just always keep that in mind. If you're taking vitamin C, you should always take quercetin with it because it will enhance it. Okay, so again, that's how we look at this. All right. Now, if you tell me you have a seasonal allergy and you've tried the AirMaxx challenge, you've taken 2 of them, and we waited 15 minutes and you don't feel a thing, right? Then what else could be going on there? So we really feel that that is a candida issue at that point, because candida overgrowth can actually store in your sinus, and not many people know this. And the pollen from the allergies, the pollen outside from the flowers can actually affect this candida overgrowth. It can actually trigger this, and people think that it's actually seasonal allergy when it's not. So we feel strongly that it really is a candida situation at that point, and then we would go a different direction. So let's just talk for a moment. What would we do there when it comes to a candida in case that is an issue? So again, it might not be for you, but it might be someone else that might be dealing with this. So again, there's all different symptoms of candida, right? So I'm just going to kind of go through them. So one we already talked about with the sinuses, but if your ears, if there's white flakes and itchiness in your ears, that's also a sign of candida. If you stick out your tongue, it's white thrush. They call it thrush. White tongue is candida. Okay. Now with skin issues, it can be red blemishes, it can be bumps, eczema, psoriasis. Both of those are always candida. Okay, always. Chronic urinary tract infections. If you get more than one UTI a year, it is candida issues. Now we can help you very quickly with a UTI with another formula called UT Cleanse. We would recommend a loading dose, 3 scoops a day. And once you feel 100%, back it down to 1 scoop. It's a powder, tastes like little raspberry drink, mixes instantly with water. So again, we can knock it out, but if it keeps coming back, that is another sign of candida. Of course, any type of foot fungal issue, athlete's foot, anything like that is candida. And then we look at fingernail and toenail fungus, right? If we have the toenail issues and the fingernail problems, that is always candida. And if you have those, guaranteed you have it elsewhere throughout the body, just might not be showing it yet. Okay. So again, many different signs and symptoms of candida, but the taking the AirMaxx challenge, taking to the AirMaxx, if you don't feel it, then we really feel it's candida. So it's really more than a sample. It's really can be used as a test. And that's why we do this challenge. Okay. So if that's you or anybody you know with any of those issues, let's talk about what we would do. So our number one formula for that is called Candy Kill. All right. So when we were developing this formula, we with Dr. Weiner, working with many other supplement companies through the years before Nutritional Frontiers was born. He always featured on Candida. He felt it's one of the most misdiagnosed conditions. And, again, there's a lot of good companies out there. They carry a lot of other things here at the clinic with a lot of other professional brands. And so when we looked at the different formulas when we were developing this, we really felt there were several ingredients we liked in each one of those formulas, and we combined them all into one. So this is really like 5 different supplement companies worth Candida formulas that we combined into one. Okay. So when you break this down here, so you have the berberine. Again, berberine is a fantastic herb. Okay, it has many different benefits of it. Antifungal is one, antibacterial is another. Also, there's a lot of emerging research. It helps with blood sugar as well. So this will help on many different things. Okay, we have caprylic acid. Also has been shown. Again, we reference a study here that's been shown with Candida. We have some olive leaf. We have some grapefruit seed extract. We have some garlic. We have some neem leaf. Okay. All these herbs have been shown to help. We have some thyme. It's all in the candy kill. Candy kill. You can take this because grapefruit seed extract is different than grapefruit. So you can take this. And oregano. Okay. So again, all those are well known. And again, we sell all those individually. But would you rather do 8 supplements or one supplement that has all 8 things in it? So we call this synergy, where you're combining many different things together to get the fastest, quickest results. Okay. So very simple. When we're dosing this, it would be 4 capsules at once, all 4 caps. Okay. So this would be in the morning. So we would recommend taking this in the morning time. Now, again, if you're sensitive to medications, then you could start slower, 1 or 2. But 4 is where we find to be the sweet spot to destroy this candida. Okay. That would be in the morning. Now, what do we do at nighttime? SBC. This is a special probiotic. Okay. It stands for Saccharomyces boulardii. So this is technically from a yeast, but it's a good yeast that pulls the bad yeast from the body. So we've destroyed the overgrowth with the candy kill, and now this acts as a scrubber, and a vacuum cleaner is going to pull it out of the body as quickly and efficiently as possible. Okay, so that's what makes this unique as far as how we look at this. There's also another version of this on the market called Fluorostore, and that is sold at pharmacies and at hospitals. And this graph here, we've actually did a head-to-head comparison versus Fluorostore, and it's actually superior in every single one. It's a little blurry there, but it helped with all these different types of issues. And it's also at a much better price. Plus, we added some probiotics in here as well to this. Okay, so if you just want to point that out to people when it comes to this. So very simple and easy. 3 capsules in the evening is how we would look at this. Okay, now we would do this program, but the diet is really the most important. Okay, so always keep this in mind. Food can be your best friend or it can be your enemy. Okay, when it comes to candida, sugar is the beast that feeds the yeast. Okay, and so this is the strictest diet of them all. Oops, let's go back there. Kind of reduced it there to where we were. So this is out of our practitioner training guide there. Oops. So let me go back to that page. So we have all different types of diets, all different types of conditions, protocols. This is in our new practitioner training guide. Here we go. Okay, so this is the diet for candida, and we have many different diets in this plan. Okay, but this is the meal plan. So the thing that we would always emphasize, look at the fruits here. Now, normally we would recommend fruits every day. Okay, excellent for you, except if you have candida, because there is sugar in fruit juice. And so the key is temporary, avoiding all fruit and fruit juice for 4 weeks. Okay. 1 month. Then we could introduce apples and pears the second month, and then the rest of the fruits the next month, right? So that is how strict we need to be with this program. And again, anything fermented we would avoid. Anything as far as the just lost it again there. So let's go back. Anything fermented, we would look at that as far as that goes. So let's go back to that for one more second. So you can see all the. I actually went the wrong way here. So it's a little sensitive when you go through it and scroll through it. But again, all the diets are on here. This is foundational health diet. This is for weight loss and blood sugar. So it's 220 pages long. It's full jam packed with all kinds of information. But you can see how, again, strict we need to be for candida. Okay. And I always say if you don't follow the diet, it's going to take a lot longer and you're going to have to spend a lot more money on the supplements, right? So why not just try it, do it, stick with it, make a concerned effort to follow through with this. That way you're going to get the fastest, quickest results with the supplements. Again, always remember, you can't out supplement a poor diet. There's no miracle pill if you're not following the diet, especially with candida. All right. So just kind of keep this in mind. But we would do this just very simple: candy kill in the morning, SBC in the evening until 100% symptom free, which is typically 1 to 4 months, depending on your situations. Again, for sinus issues, they're usually cleared up in just a day or two. That's how quickly this works. Then the second phase of this candida program, we're still doing just 1 month. We're still doing candy kill, but now we switch it to superbiotics. So this is our strongest probiotic that we recommend. Okay. So again, if we put this in really simple terms, the candy kill is weeding the garden. Okay. The SBC, the candy kill is basically like the weed killer. Okay. The SBC is we're pulling that out of the body. And then the superbiotics now is like the good soil and the organic miracle grow here. Okay. We always say if you skip this step, there's a great chance candida does come back. If you do this step, there's a great chance it doesn't. So it's a really important second phase, and it's just 1 month, 30 days. So all we're simply doing is switching out the candy kill. We're still doing the candy kill for breakfast, but now just switching out the SBC for the superbiotics, 2 at night. So this is our strongest one, as I said, that we make. All right. So 12 different strains. We guarantee 50 billion until the end of the bottle. This is very unique because a lot of probiotics, they just guarantee when they make it. They don't guarantee to have this at the end. And so we guarantee on that. It's non-dairy. And these are the top anti-inflammatory strains, by the way. It has the most research on these strains. And that's why we are using them. So we would do 2 at night. We would do this for 30 days. And that's it. That's the program. Okay. So very simple and easy. All right, so we're going to be wrapping up here. Let's just ask the people, right? So those who took the AirMaxx, just take a couple deep breaths for me right now. Just breathe through your nose and breathe out, and just see if you do that for a couple times and see if you feel any difference with the AirMaxx at all. It's still running down your nose, right? So that's clearing out, right? That shows that it's clearing out. Are you able to breathe any better? Any Notice any difference at all? Yeah, UTIs, the formula is called UT Cleanse. It's a powder. We have it in the back. You do 3 scoops a day to start with, right? So for the mucus issues, again, NAC might be better for you because of the mucus situation. So if you feel the mucus running down your throat, which is what she's saying, the AirMaxx kind of broke it up, but that NAC would really help you as well. So NAC is the AirMaxx with the NAC. For the UTI, it's called UT Cleanse. UT Cleanse. Yeah, I'll find this. I'll help you as soon as we're done here. All right. Anybody else notice a difference taking it at all? Able to breathe a little better? Yes. Did you have any issues, or you didn't feel you had any issues before? A little runny nose, and now is that you feel better? So cleared it up. Cleared it up, right? Pretty cool, right? Pretty amazing. I know you took one, ma'am. Did you notice any difference? I know you just took one. That's okay. That's why we're asking this, right? Just want you to feel if this works, to see if this works for you, right? That's why we do this. So again, there's a person who had a little slight runny nose, didn't really, and he cleared it up. So again, folks, we're here all week long. Encourage you to try this AirMaxx challenge. We also have them little sample bottles for those as well. Want to bring some home with them too, so keep that in mind for any family members as well too on that. All right, any questions from the out there in the World Wide Web, Phil? All right, so yep, question. So what's that? Strong, we do have strontium. You want to combine that with the super cal because you still need the calcium with the strontium. So I'll show you. Yep, and that's in there too. So I'll show you that formula, Super Cal Plus. Yep. So again, I'll definitely steer you in that right direction. Any other questions? All right, thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time. If you pass this on for anybody who might be having these issues. All right, live long and prosper. Bye now. Thank you.